No, I've always said that you cannot trust Russia. You cannot trust Putin. You can't trust Xi. You can't trust China. It's common sense. I dealt with them at the United Nations. You never negotiate. You never deal with your enemies. You can't trust them. And that's why I was mortified that Biden went so far as asking China for help with Russia. I mean,
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my new video. My name is AJ. I'm here to talk about more Russian geopolitics again today. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Russian payment systems and how Russia is replacing Visa and Mastercards with UnionPay from China. Before I start the show, I could really use your help. Please like, share, subscribe. Do what you can to support the channel. Let's carry on making this channel grow. I would really appreciate if you buy me a coffee if you really like the video, or you can really support the channel by joining my Patreon, and the links are in the description. So without further ado, let's get on with the show. Abroad. So many of you know that Russia's been banned from using Visa or Mastercard. However, they've already taken steps to go beyond that. They are using a system called UniPay, and UniPay is a Chinese system used over 180 countries around the world. So Russia doesn't need Mastercard or Visa anymore. They're happily using UniPay. They will use UniPay to trade between China and very much 180 countries around the world. So they don't need Visa, they don't need Mastercard. So that sanction that was placed on Russia is not going to work. It's already failed, and it's barely been a couple of days. So the Western countries like to portray that Russia is on its way down. They like to say that Russia is all about doom and gloom. It's going to collapse any day soon. People are going to rise up against Putin. It's all crap. Absolute crap. I mean, here you can see the central bank added that many Russian banks plan to issue cards using UnionPay, a system it was enabled in 180 countries. So it doesn't need Visa, it doesn't need Mastercard. Russia would be like sticking their middle fingers at them, saying, you know what, we don't need you. Bye bye, have a nice life. That's what Russians would say to Visa and Mastercard. So Britain has called on India and China to step up its diplomatic pressure on Russia as Ukraine invasion enters 11th day. Do you really think China's going to listen to Little Britain, what Little Britain has to say? Like Little Britain can order China around. Have you guys seen what Britain has done to China over the past few years? Absolutely tried to embarrass China, sending warships to China, doing all of these Uyghur tribunal things in its own soil, coming up with all these lies and rhetoric against China, kicking out Huawei and other businesses from Britain. Britain has done everything that its master has asked Britain to do. The little puppets or little poodles of America. Do you really think China's gonna sit back and listen to what Britain has to say? No way, absolutely no way. And then you got this ridiculous, stupid article saying why President Xi will turn his back on best friend Putin. This is from British Paper Express. And again, President Xi is not going to turn his back on Putin. I mean, these British people are living on another planet, it seems like. They have no clue about the relationship between Putin and President Xi, and they have no clue about Russia, they have no clue about China, and here they are thinking they are still a colonial power in the 1800s, and they still think they have any say in what goes on around the world. Britain has not even placed any sanctions on Russia yet. Do you even know that? Britain has done nothing to Russia because Britain can do nothing. They're a little small island now. They can't do anything to Russia. Then I want to talk about Moodys downgrading Russia's economy. And they said Russian economy will shrink by 7% in 2022. An economy shrinking by 7% in a year is not that bad. Britain has shrunk more than that during the coronavirus. So Russia's economy might shrink by 7%, but 7% is not a big number. It's not even double digits. And they will get that back. By next year, I guarantee you Russia's economy will stabilize. And if they did shrink this year, they will have huge gains and bounce back the next year, because they will have diverted all of their imports and exports to friendly countries, and by next year everything would stabilize. And so Moodys saying that Russia's economy would shrink by 7%. It just shows that these sanctions are not going to work. They're not going to bring Russia down. They're not going to destroy the economy, destroy the ruble. None of that's going to work. Bringing it down by 7% is nothing, absolutely nothing. You can't compare it to Iran or Venezuela, where their economy shrank by over 50% or even 100% in some years in the beginning. Nothing like that. Russia has got a huge export market. It's a trade surplus country. Its main exports are oil, gas, energy, raw materials, agriculture, and that will stay strong. And if Europeans don't want to buy it, the Chinese will. And finally, let's have a laugh and listen to what this Nikki Haley has to say. Nikki Haley was UN ambassador for the US, and it just goes to show that if you want to be a UN ambassador for the US, your only qualification you need to have is you need to be stupid, and you need to be a little puppet, a little poodle that will listen to whatever you're told, and you have to believe in your own bullshit and your own lies. So let's listen to what she has to say and have a laugh, shall we?
No, I've always said that you cannot trust Russia. You cannot trust Putin. You can't trust Xi. You can't trust China. It's common sense. I dealt with them at the United Nations. You never negotiate. You never deal with your enemies. You can't trust them. And that's why I was mortified that Biden went so far as asking China for help with Russia. I mean, you never ask an enemy for help with another enemy. I never told China anything that I didn't want Russia to know, because you know how they coordinate. It's the same reason why it's unthinkable that Biden would be coordinating or even thinking of getting back into the Iran deal with the Russians and Chinese at the table. Why are we negotiating and trusting enemies? You don't do that. That's the first start.
So let me get this straight. She's calling Russia and China as enemies, and she used to be a UN ambassador for the United States. So correct me if I'm wrong. If you are in the UN and you are a UN ambassador, your main qualification is you need to be diplomatic, and you know, even if you don't get along with the country, you have to find ways to get along. You got to be diplomatic with them. You can't say to another country, you are the enemy. So you see, you know, diplomats have literally gone out the window these days. You don't need to be a diplomat anymore to be a UN ambassador. I don't even know why you called a UN ambassador, because diplomacy is pretty much dead, and you just have stupid people running the government, stupid people in the UN, and stupid people doing the foreign policy all over the world in the West. And this is what the world's come to, guys, and I'm sorry to say I am done. Anyway, thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to buy me a coffee if you like this video, or don't forget to join my Patreon. Really could use your support. Thank you, and see you soon, guys.